This story actually takes a bit of getting your head around. You talk us through it. So you'd had problems with conceiving. You'd done some fertility treatment which hadn't worked.
Yes.
So you get to the point that you decide we're going to use a surrogate.
That was a hard time. That was a hard
Take
point.
us from there then. Go on, you
Trust
take
me.
us from there.
Well, here's the story. No, I had met Ty, who's absolutely gorgeous. He's asked me to move in, and I said, well, I want children. So if that's on your agenda, great. If not, let's be best friends. He said, okay, let's start working on it. I said, okay.
Oh.
I know. And so then the first month we had I got pregnant, and I miscarried. And so we decided to go down the IVF route, primarily because I was older.
How old were you, by the way?
I was 39, almost 40.
Okay.
Yeah, so we thought, okay, this might keep happening. We don't have a lot of time, so let's go down the IVF route. So I did, and I had 3 rounds, and finally my doctor sat me down, and he said, I have good news and I have bad news. I said, oh, okay. And he said, the good news is you're producing great eggs. So we have something to work with. The bad news is that you keep miscarrying because you have a medical condition. And I tried to rectify this, you know, with the medication I was giving you, but it's not working. And he said, your reality is that you're getting older and these eggs aren't going to be good forever.
So your problem was holding on to the egg.
Exactly, exactly. It would, yes. So he said there is a solution. You could have a carrier. So what? You know, I want to feel, you know, having a child in me. So that was a difficult one to grasp.
Yeah, and as a girl who had everything, I mean, you've had a most wonderful career. How did you feel when you had IVF 3 times following a miscarriage? How did that make you feel inside?
You know what's so crazy is, Ty, I mean, it took me 39 years to find Mr. Right, and I didn't want to compromise. I felt really insignificant as a woman. Here I have the greatest guy in the world who could have anyone he wants, and I can't give him children. It's such a natural thing for us ladies to be able to do.
And you just assume that you can, can't you?
I thought no problem.
Yeah.
I thought there'd be no problem.
Do you think it would have been any different though if, I mean, I know you didn't meet Title then, but looking back now, do you now think, oh, if I knew then what I know now, I would have started having babies at 25?
100%.
You would? Really?
I would have. I would have started looking for the right kind of man, because you know what? I went out with a lot of toads before I met, you know? I mean, it just works out like that. So I would have been much more responsible about picking, you know, the...
So when your doctor suggested a carrier, i.e. a surrogate, you obviously had to discuss that with Ty, but you came to the decision that, that was a route that you wanted to go down,
Actually, it was his father who said, you guys are wasting, why are you wasting time? You don't have this valuable, this precious time. So we decided to go for it, and it took. And I was doing this crazy show on ITV called Splash, which is the most insane show ever.
Yeah, and we know that one.
But yeah, I definitely know that one too. And I evidently conceived whilst I was doing this TV show.
You must have done like 75 pregnancy tests.
Close, 10. And a liter of water, within 2 hours. I just, you know, I had it in my mind. There was no way I could do this.
And did you assume even at this point, but I could potentially lose it because my doctor has said I can't carry it?
You're right. Now, that was another thing. I thought, okay, I was so excited, and Ty and I mean, I was screaming for 2 days, you know? But then I went through that 3 months, and that was so tough for me because you know, when I miscarried the first time around, I was in the hospital for 2 days and they were twins. So I was, you know, I was going through labor for 2 days, and finally they, you know, they gave me DNC.
You've got these beautiful boys.
Obviously, we know how you felt when you got the email, which was you burst into tears. I was inconsolable. And the thing is, it was after 1 date, so I'd arranged another date with another man the next day.